Now, I taught college composition. I taught college for many years while I was working on my graduate degrees. And one of the things the students would always ask me at the beginning of every semester, they would say, what do we need to do to get an A? What do we need to do to get an A? And now when I was a student, I did the same thing, okay, because I was a straight A student. I had that 4.0 grade point average. And so I was very, very serious about making straight A's. And so at the beginning of every semester, every class, I made sure to find out exactly what I needed to do to make an A. You know, I tell that to you. You just tell me what the parameters are. What do you want me to do? I will do it, because I wanted that control. I wanted to control the outcome of the class. I wanted to make sure that I would get that grade that I wanted to get. Okay. So it was the same thing, the same kind of idea. I didn't want the messiness of uncertainty. I didn't want any surprises. I didn't want any guessing. You tell me what I need to do. Tell me the rules, and I'll follow those rules, so I can be in total control of the outcome. Okay. And so that might work when you're taking a college class, but it doesn't work when it comes to following God, because God doesn't work that way with us. Our relationship with God has to be deeper than just following a bunch of rules. And God tells us things like this. He says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Okay, so we're trusting God, not ourselves, not our own minds, our own brains to be able to figure things out. He also says things like this. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. So future and hope, that sounds great. But how do we get it? By God's plans, not our plans for our life. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. We cannot trust in the things of man. Then Jesus said to his disciples, if anyone wants to come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. So this is how this following God thing works. We deny ourselves. We have to bow our knees to God's will, God's plan, God's goals for us, not ours. We have to deny ourselves and follow him. Jesus also said this. For this reason, I say to you, do not be worried about your life as to what you will eat or what you will drink, nor for your body as to what you will put on. Is life not more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the sky, that they do not sow, nor reap, nor gather crops into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more important than they? And which of you by worrying can add a single day to his lifespan? And why are you worried about clothing? Notice how the lilies of the field grow. They do not labor, nor do they spin thread for cloth. Yet I say to you that not even Solomon in all his glory clothed himself like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which is alive today and tomorrow is thrown into the furnace, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? Do not worry then, saying, what are we to eat, or what are we to drink, or what are we to wear for clothing? For the Gentiles eagerly seek all these things, just like you did before you were saved. For your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be provided to you. So this is how it works in the kingdom of heaven. We don't worry about this stuff. We are not supposed to worry about this stuff. We are not supposed to be following our own plans. We are supposed to be seeking first God, Jesus, his kingdom and his righteousness, and then he will take care of us, his plans for us. That's the way it works in the kingdom of heaven. It is totally backwards from how the Gentiles, from how the world thinks.